Hello everyone, hope that you are well and welcome to this bit of a spontaneous video. I wasn't planning to do this one, but I felt kind of compelled to do it because I was reading like the comments of people that wanted to trade this Coinbase listing, and wow, I mean, I think people are just on full on gambling mode right now. People are just buying today because of the Coinbase listing. People are shorting just because of the Coinbase listing, and people are getting wrecked left, right and center. And so I just thought I would make this video to hopefully bring down the FOMO levels and just remind ourselves what we're doing here. We are trying to trade, okay? We are trading, not gambling. And I've always said there's a massive distinction between trading high probability setups and just totally gambling. And you can definitely, you know, some traders can be referred as gamblers because they are just betting on sort of news. And this is just not the way to do it. So yeah, I just saw, basically, I'm not going to be speaking so much in the video. I just thought, let's just do a video reminding people of some levels, reminding them what we should be doing, and that is not getting wrecked by trading off of the news. Okay, obviously, yes, Coinbase is getting listed today. I've personally been trying to trade it and my broker hasn't listed it yet, so I cannot trade it at the moment. It seems like it's on some exchanges or some brokers and not others. Right now, my broker, I can't trade it, so I know that it's live on some places, but nevertheless, that's a different story. Yeah, I just wanted to do this one because, yeah, wow, I've never seen like so many people really interested in just totally gambling on a news event before. Of Coinbase's listing, let's buy Bitcoin. Coinbase's listing, let's dump Bitcoin. It's just like, this is a massive gambler's mentality, and you are going to get wrecked if you try and trade like this. So yeah, my video today is a little, hopefully offering a little bit of the calm demeanor that hopefully I can give across. You know, we're going to still be trading tomorrow. We're still going to be trading next year. We're still going to be trading in 10 years time. So do not blow up your accounts today trying to trade off of the Coinbase news. I think you're going to regret it. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this video now when I hadn't had it planned. That said, I hope that you enjoy, and yeah, we can obviously start this one. We'll go through some key levels, remind ourselves what we are doing here today, and that is going to be trading this. Of course, if we're offered a good opportunity, of course we can jump into a trade, but just jumping into a trade is a form of gambling, and we definitely are not going to be gambling this away today. That said, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on where you are in the world right now. We obviously have people from all across the world here with us today. I hope that you are all doing well. when sailing over in the Caribbean. How are you doing, my friend? Yeah, the music was pretty cool, no? Hello, 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 hello. Yes, yes. If you are liking that, I'm hopefully bringing you a bit of calmness. Smash the likes. Nice way of saying thank you. Really do appreciate it. And of course, everybody loves it because it is free. Yes, 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 yes. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see them. So yeah, Bitcoin. If someone could just confirm that you can hear me okay, because I'm getting this error saying, well, as you can see, I'm getting an error. So if someone can confirm you can actually hear me or not, that would be great, because I don't want to just talk to myself here. I'm not sure whether people can hear this or not, really. If someone can just confirm, say yes, sound is okay, or no, it's lagging a lot. Hello, hello. Sound is good. I can hear you. Cool, that's brilliant. Yeah, I was a bit worried because YouTube likes to throw up these errors and then I have no idea if it's working or not. Looks like it's fine though. Brilliant. So let's begin. So, I mean, what could we be looking at next? I suppose we can always be aware of, we've either got a short, a long, or a no trade, remember? So there's always 3 trades inside of Bitcoin: long, short, or no trade. What could we say on the first instance? Well, we've just had almost a double top. Okay, we come very, very, very close for that swing failure pattern of the high. If we had pushed another 0.17%, we would have had that swing failure pattern that I really wanted. But we didn't. We missed it by 0.17% for a double top. Considered a bearish pattern, of course. But we get our double top almost. Fall down about 3.5% to take major lows. And so let's try and work out what we have next. Would we have a short here? No, I wouldn't say so. So let's see what we could say. Okay. So we're going to try and build up a case here. Okay, so we have initial resistance coming in there at $64,000. So we might just want to write down some of these levels, you know. $64,000 initial intraday resistance. It's not been so great today, but we got 64k as our first level. Obviously, in terms of support, I think that's fairly easy. We can clearly define this daily level as a support. Okay, that would mean a drop of about another 2.5–3%. Nothing crazy, but daily, I think we can all write down the daily level there. Let's just remind ourselves that this is a region, and we're not necessarily expecting this to hold to the dollar. But if we mark out the daily region here, we know that we have really important support at $61,000. Okay, so $61,000, this region of the daily, we have to consider a very strong support level at this moment in time. Okay, where instead of, you know, if this starts to break down heavily, let's just say it starts to break down heavily, we're not really going to be, you know, I would not be shorting here. You have to remember that this is support, and one looks for longs at support, no? So the only way that this would really be bearish is if we lose this daily and it starts to act as resistance. Then that would look like a really big deviation from the highs, and then we could you know, acknowledge actually, okay, this was a bearish rise. But until proven otherwise, until we lose this as support, this is support. Okay, we're not going to try and second guess the market, try and get ahead of ourselves here. We're just going to keep it very simple and just say, you know, 61k really should be support. Okay, and until proven otherwise, it is support. And what we would love to see is, if we got a back test of this daily, well, you know, I'd say obviously this is a pretty good opportunity for longs, no? The opposite of this is if we, you know, we get the bounce, maybe we get a bounce, a retest, and then we ended up losing the level and it starts holding as resistance, then of course, you know, we can accept that support as flipped into resistance, you know. But you don't really want to try and start predicting this is going to be flipped into resistance before it even tested the level. Okay, this is obviously a daily $61,412. Okay, but again, we are looking at this as a bit of a region. down to around just below 61k. So give or take $500. Really, we could say either side of that daily there. So that's what I would consider a really, really, really important support. And until it's lost, it is support. If we lose that support level, then we can treat it as resistance again. Okay. But until proven otherwise, I view that as support, or with 100%, I view that as support, you know. So let's take a look on a higher term time frame, yeah. Monthly obviously still looks very, 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 very bullish indeed, and I don't think anyone can deny that this looks like a very bullish monthly chart. Undeniable, very bullish monthly chart. Weekly, very bullish weekly chart. Daily, very bullish daily chart. 12-hour, bullishly on the 12-hour, 4-hour, and I mean a very bearish engulfing candle on the 4-hour chart potentially. Still got another 1 hour to close there. You see the last 4-hour candle. I mean, some might describe that as bearish, but nevertheless, we've still got an hour left to this close. You know, if we are closing this below $63,000, obviously it's going to bearishly engulf the past, you know, 20 hours of price action. Wouldn't be the most bullish looking candle in the world after your hanging man candle followed by a bearish engulfing candle on the 4-hour. But again, we have 1 hour left to close this, so plenty of time. On the 1 hour, what can we say? On the 1 hour, I would view this as a bullish candle from what we have at the moment. Why? We've taken out all these series of lows here. You know, we've taken out very close to, I mean, well, we come very close to these sort of series of lows. Let's bring this down to the 15-minute, get a bit more. Let me just check what was going on here. $62,800. What did we bottom out at? 62. Yes, it's pretty nice. We've taken quite a lot of lows, really. We can join this up to around here. We've taken that. We haven't taken here. So we could just mark this as a key for now in terms of a kind of a key support. And we can really start to look this on the 5-minute. And we kind of have an intermediate level coming in here now. A bit of just simply looking at the price action, resistance, you know, bit of SR here, bit of SR here. This is really coming in at 63,700. And obviously we have our high. Yeah. So we kind of, like we do on the prior ranges, we kind of are building up a scenario here where we kind of say this is where we long, this is where we short, and this is, you know, this is where we could scalp trade. Again, this is a very low term time frame range, so you got to remember that. But hey, that's what the first thing I'd be doing here. A lot of momentum to the downside on that move. Oh yeah, so this is what I was looking at earlier, and I found the volume very, very interesting actually. Okay, when we look at this, we actually saw before the big move to the downside, which I'm referring to as this price action right here, we actually started to see a lot of big shorts open. So as you can see here, 56 million shorts opening. Okay, so while we were getting off of that, you know, we come up for the double top, yeah? We come up for the double top on price action. And once we finish the double top, you start to see a lot of really big short positions open. That was something that just, you know, came to my attention. You can start to see here, where was the one, you know, particularly looking at this just before the kind of the flush to the downside happened and what happened with the positions. Interesting, you know, really 56 million new shorts opening. Okay, we continue downwards with 22 million new shorts opening, and then ending with 84 million longs closing, followed by the next candle instantly being bought up with 71 million longs opening. Yeah, so this for me felt like, you know, obviously I'm just speculating, but I would speculate this as, through experience, this is a regular occurrence on the Bitcoin price action at the moment. If you're a member of the group, this is exactly what we were looking at when I was doing a live stream, about 2 weeks ago, where we see the flush to the downside, take everybody out of the market, and it's instantly bought back up. We're seeing this a lot. Okay, this is why we look at the footprint charts, because we see what the bigger traders are doing. And then what we're able to do is, you know, when we start to see 50 million, 22 million, 84 million, 71 million, and this is the same, you know, this is a regular occurrence, we can start to follow, you know, look at the footprint charts, get a footprint, and you know, essentially it's called a footprint chart, so we can see the footprints of the bigger traders. And you want to follow along though with the people that are going, you know, 50 million market shorts, 71 million market longs. No, so essentially I feel that we've come down to the low of the range here. Okay, very high volume, bit of a snap back up, you know, a bit of a snap back up. And what could we say this is really? You know, what would you say this is? Would you refer to this as choppy price action? You know, what would you refer to this as? Like the way that we really big move to the downside, instantly bought back up, instantly sold off, you know, instantly bought back up, selling down again. Would you refer to this as choppy price action? Just say yes or no in the comments. Would you say this is choppy? I want to know what you think. Yes, exactly my thoughts too. If you're already in the champions group, you'll have known that, because I think this is really choppy, because you have people gambling left, right, and center. Yeah, people are really highly leveraged trading this, and you have literally got a lot of people gambling on longs. You've got a lot of people gambling on short positions, which is crazy. Yeah, but because so many people are throwing money left, right, and center, the bigger traders, we could speculate exchanges, this is a payday. This is a payday, because what can they do? Push price down, push price back up. Everybody that's betting on longs, liquidated. Everybody that bets on shorts, liquidated. And it is a payday for the exchanges. And the exchanges run Bitcoin. So it's like, yeah, if you really, you know, it's just, you can just kind of do what I'm doing right now and take a few hours off of the listing of Coinbase, because what's the point in getting in? You know, personally, you all know my stance on trading, and that is take the highest probability trades. Okay, that does not involve just randomly longing and randomly shorting, which a lot of people are doing right now. They're just randomly getting in, and a lot of people are highly leveraged trading. When we look at the liquidations, you know, the liquidations are crazy. Just people are getting massive liquidation. See all these shorts getting liquidated, all the, you know, all the longs getting liquidated here. Then you see shorts getting liquidated, even more shorts getting liquidated, longs getting liquidated. I mean, what can we say here? Everybody, literally, so many people get with massive liquidations. We're talking about hundreds of millions of liquidations. So what is the point in gambling here? I truly feel you can literally take the next, I would say, up until around I would say take the next 4 hours off, because then you're going to get your next session open, and it's going to be a little bit, you're going to have a little bit more clarity. I mean, I don't see this massive like FOMO of, I gotta trade the Coinbase open. It's just like, I don't know, people are so obsessed with trading it. It's just, you know, that's why I kind of wanted to bring you this video, is just to offer you this clarity of, wait a few hours and let everybody else get liquidated and fight this out and chopped up, and then execute when there's more clarity. I honestly feel that that's the best decision right now, if I'm totally honest with you. And you know, that's what I'm doing anyway. I'm personally going to wait for more clarity. I have absolutely no FOMO, nothing. I'll remain patient. Okay, obviously I would personally like to see, I suppose, you know, this is the thing, I have taken a few trades this morning. Yeah, actually one trade. One trade is all I took, but I took one trade today, which is when we come back into the CC here. So we obviously had, that was a really nice high probability trade. Why? We had the swing failure pattern, we had coming into the point of control, and we had coming into the CC. So we can acknowledge that this is, in my opinion anyway, a high probability long. Okay, we obviously come up through the CC and we form a double top. Naturally, it's going to have hit a take profit one, move the stop loss up to entry or into profits. When price action comes down here, naturally this would have stopped you out. Don't think you're still in this trade. I'm not anyway. And then you have to say, okay, prices, forcefully come down here. And again, we were looking at the volume, looking at the open interest, how this was reacting. It hasn't quite taken any major secondary lows here. It's got an initial snap up. It's got an initial snap down. This for me is too... I just don't feel like there's something that's screaming at me like this is a really good trade. I feel I had one this morning and I don't have another one now. So this is like the thing for me. I am happy to wait this out and wait for a higher probability trade. And that can be within this range. Yeah, that can be within the range. Currently, we have no divergences forming here locally. So on this secondary pullback, there were no divergences. Okay. Obviously on the grand scheme, I think we do. Yeah, we have massive bullish divergences forming, by the way. So we do have massive bullish divergences. Locally here, we have nothing. That's the first thing I would note. We do have really big bullish divergences, but yeah, that would obviously, slightly, you would class that as invalidated if we backtest the daily, but I still think that's the best trade from here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I hope my commentary is helping some people in that regards. Like, what would if I had to take one trade, I would argue it's obviously a better long. Why? Because we did come down to the low of the key levels. This is obviously a place where you look for longs. You don't look for shorts at support. Okay, so remember, this is a place where you look for longs. This is a place where you look for shorts. So if you had to take a trade, naturally you're going to be in a long, but you don't have to take a trade. Nobody is forcing you to take a trade. And if you are in control of your money and in control of your trades, yeah, that's my perspective. I will talk you through XRP briefly here, because this is one that we were obviously talking about when were we talking about this? We done a video 11th? I think we've done a video on the 11th, no? And I was obviously giving you the next XRP resistance. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you take note of the CC. Obviously, I have been trading XRP. And we hit the CC. This is where I took profits on the XRP long. And this actually moved down 20% to the downside, yeah? You see this? This is the top of the CC to the low. Well, 17% overall. Whether you're bullish on XRP or bearish on XRP, this was the level that I was giving. You remember, actually, I think we done that video then on the, would have been on the 11th or 12th. We must have been doing the last video. And I was saying, this is still good for XRP. We're still looking for another 15 to 30% move to the upside. Okay, so it's the exact words that I said. And we were obviously looking up towards the CC. The first time we come into the high of the CC there, we get a rejection of 20% move to the downside. 20% move to the downside. We could also then class this as coming into its first real resistance. Yep, resistance into support. Resistance, support, support. Already this is a bounce of nearly 7% to the upside, yeah? So if you're scalping, yeah, that's crazy, amazing move. But yeah, that was XRP. And I really do think it highlights the need of having that patience. I'll show you the post that I'd done in my group about it. This was before that 20% move to the downside. Yeah, I was giving my update earlier into the team that this is a major take profit for me on XRP. And then obviously since that, we saw a 20% move to the downside. So it really just highlights why you got to take profits at major levels of resistance. Because even if you're bullish on these things and you can get 20% more XRP, again, it's just a high probability trade. This is the thing people are going to argue. Oh, we could have just gone straight through it. And it's what's the probabilities that we just go straight through the high of the CC on a macro high term time frame like this. The probabilities are so low because you have more than just one factor. So you start to see 3 factors coming together. The probabilities of just going through that were so low. Of course it could have happened, but remember, we are not gambling. We're not saying if this, what, the la 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 la. We're saying high probabilities. And when we have 3 massive technical reasons to think XRP is going to pull back at that level, in what world are we not at least taking profit or shorting at that level? Well, the only world in which you're not doing it is if you are scared. If you are not only scared of shorting, but also scared of selling in fear that it continues up without you. Because you might have thought to yourself, I'm not selling at the top of the CC in fear that it continues to go up without me. And I sell and I could have made more money. Well, guess what? If you were under that perspective, I hope you learned from it, because you could have owned 20% more XRP potentially, even if you're bullish on it, you know. So yeah, this was an interesting one. XRP, you know, it really was. So yeah, that came up into our first resistance, 20% pullback back into the SR flip. No, so very, very interesting. I also wanted to cover a few more. Oh yeah, Tron. We were also looking at Tron. Yeah, forgot we were looking at like these obscure exotic coins. Obviously, people wanted us to look at that. We were looking to long Tron back at 200 sats now, and still hasn't really played out. Well, we haven't had a retracement down to it now, but we were looking for this on Tron. Around this sort of setup. It's not really came to fruition as of yet, but that's obviously what we're looking at on Tron. I still think it's valid, to be honest. I wonder how long till everybody starts talking about a falling wedge if we continue this. Oh, I'm sorry. Rising wedge, of course. Guys, smash the dislikes for this boring stream. At least put some music on this boring stream. This stream is so boring, man. I can put some background music, to be fair. I don't see why not. Oops, I just realized I was on mute. Sorry. Oh man, what was I saying? I'll talk about Ethereum in a minute. What? Sorry, I didn't even realize I was on mute, you know. Um, what was I saying? I was talking about, yeah, how we just saw like a really big flush to the downside on Bitcoin. Just saw another 56 million of longs stopped out. Um, I mean, this is just crazy. Obviously, what I was saying is that I'm trading from my phone. So for me, it's like, it's a lot easier because otherwise you have to have VPNs dialed, and it's just hard to have VPNs while also on the, what's the word I'm looking for? Hard to have like VPNs dialed or also on the computer doing a stream. So for me, it's easier to just trade from the phone. But yeah, that was crazy. And this is also, I was saying, like, this is why you don't jump into trades too early. And this is why you don't gamble away your money, because so many people have gambled away their money earlier today. Whereas if you just wait, then you are presented with better opportunities. And so people are crazy, man. But this is what you need. You need these sort of crazy people to take all these really poor trades. And then when a good trade comes along, they've already liquidated their accounts. You know, they've already blown all their money. So the first good trade that you're given, they're out of the market, you know. It's pretty funny. But yeah, that's what I was saying. I was also saying, I'll talk about it. I was talking about Ethereum and how good of a long I think ETH is at. I don't know how long I was on mute. I guess I was on mute since I started playing the music. But yeah, that was pretty nice on Bitcoin, that flush. But I was also saying on ETH how I think this is a really good opportunity. A brief thing that I was saying is I think this can push up another 7%. Obviously, we're at the 618 speed fan, yeah? So we're at the 618 speed fan. So if we can get a rejection from the speed fan, come back and retest. And then I was saying that I think that's a really, really, really good long opportunity. So yeah, I was saying not financial advice, do your own research, but that's a long that I would definitely take on Ethereum, yeah? Obviously, it's at the 618 speed fan, so you want to see it pull back. And then you've got a really, really, really good long. I was also talking about how Ethereum done the exact same thing back in December. And if you're a member of the group in December, you know how we traded ETH like amazingly. And I think you got a really similar setup on Ethereum. I don't know how many of you could have just followed by lip reading. maybe you lip readed me saying all that. But there we go. Look at this trader. Look how crazy this is, yeah? I know you're not even phoning me right now, and like it's so glitched that Discord like thinks you're phoning me now, and I know you're not. You would have phoned me ages ago, but it's so laggy off the phone. I don't know why, mate. That just made me laugh when I saw that call. But yeah, how many of you lot have to trade from your phones? I'm generally not, but when I'm doing the stream, I have to. Oh man, I love the YouTube community so much. You know, I love the YouTube community. Thank you, mate. I love you too. I love you too. You know, I've like changed my stance on all the trollers. It's like the trolls are never ending, and you cannot win the battle against them. So you just gotta treat them with love. You know, just gotta say thank you. I hope you have a brilliant day. But yeah, that ending diagonal, yeah, that will be really interesting. Because you have a few really key levels of support, and I don't really would say that this is ultimately bearish at the moment, but yeah, you have the potential of a very, very, very nice ending diagonal which would wreck so many people, which would be funny. But I mean, at the moment we have a range, yeah. So at the moment we have this really small low turn time frame range. Obviously, if we break back down below the daily, it's still not the end of the world. Then you still have you can see there, I've given like massive support. Because if you start to lose that, then you're breaking out the wedge. You still wouldn't really say it's the end of the world, but you're offered very good trading opportunities each time, though. But I think we do. Yeah, I do think we need a bit more time for this one. But I think that would be really interesting. Something to be aware of, no? That you're forming this. Obviously, the volume kind of fits as well. But again, this is just a potential right now. There's no need to like freak out. It's just, yeah, that's all it is right now. I think we have our key levels of support, and it's like, okay, then where do we go from here? Well, we know that daily level of support. Okay. We know we have a very small scalpers range right now. And we know people are getting chopped up to, people are getting massively chopped up right now on Bitcoin. So I honestly believe that there's so many people losing so much money right now because nobody has the patience to trade Bitcoin. Like, to actually trade Bitcoin well let's talk about swing trading. To actually trade Bitcoin well as a swing trader, you have to have like this really good degree of patience. And if you do not have a good degree of patience, you're going to be trying to trade you're going to get chopped up. I really believe today you've had two trades in the whole day. If what I would say today. So of what I would class as really good high probabilities. I know some people are going to say, hey, we've had 10 trades. There's been 10 scalp trades. I'm not talking about like 1 minute time frame. I'm talking about day trading where we're looking at like the 15-minute chart. When we're on the 15-minute here, I feel you've had two trades the whole day. So it's like, if you're taking more than this, then wow. I mean, I think I would be interested because I don't really see how. Two trades. I really believe two trades. Yeah, anybody that bought the Coinbase hype, without a doubt, lost money. And that's why you don't buy into the Coinbase hype. Yeah, you got to wait for the trade. Wait for the trade to come to you. You take the key level of support. You've had one good. Well, maybe it loses. That's the thing. Maybe this trade, maybe that long loses. But it's like at least we had the patience to wait for a good probability trade rather than just like gambling off of the Coinbase news. Because anybody that's bought over the last 2 hours here, I really think got stopped out. Ladies and gentlemen, like this is what we're talking about. This is what this channel's about. I know some people are going to say, "Oh, this video was so boring." But I think what do you want at the end of the day? Like, if you're serious about trading, and I know like 90% of YouTube is not serious about trading. It's an entertainment show. But if you're actually serious about trading and you actually want to be like a consistent trader, boring is good. Boring is good because we're not emotional. We're marking out our levels and we're trading the charts. We've not been hyping up the Coinbase listing, talking about lists, la 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 la. What was it? You know, we've marked out our levels. We've said we got to remain patient, and we're taking a few trades. You know, nothing crazy. Nothing. I'm not saying this is now going to 70k. I'm just saying we had a few good trades today. Okay, and it's like, yeah, maybe this video has been boring. Maybe you thought it's been boring, but at least we've traded. At least we've done. You know, at least we've taken technical trades now. And I think trading. You know, my thought on this is like trading. You know, if you're really emotional, if you've got like dopamine running through you, if you're like ecstatic about a trade, can you see how like that's really negative when it comes to taking a trade? Like you want to be in a state of relaxation. Like you do your technical analysis, you mark out your levels, and you let the trades come to you. Yeah. I hadn't taken a trade over the past few hours because I was waiting for an entry. I recognized that this for me was not a good time to trade. Okay, I recognized it wasn't a good time to trade. First time I saw it was a decent trade was when we took the lows. Okay, on pretty decent volume. So it's like, you know, if you have the patience, then you're getting good trades. And how do you get that patience? Well, it's marking out the levels. It's not trading off of Coinbase news, but it's taking the first technical setup that you have. Now we have just hit that WPOC. That is, in my opinion, a take profit. So, excuse me 1 second. And this is the thing. We're not thinking this is going to hold forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But we do feel that there's good day trades to take on this. And of course, I'm not going to lie. Like we could say the volatility has increased today because of the Coinbase. But it's like at the end of the day, we're still trading the charts. We've still got technical setups. You know, we come down for swing failure pattern of the low. We're coming back into the WPOC. You know, this is a good take profit. And you know, we don't trade thinking this is going to go on forever. But we like think, okay, we've got an entry. We've got to take profit 1. If this goes higher, hey, it goes higher. But the worst thing that you want to do is like get into a pretty good day trade, not take profit at the first resistance, and then it comes back to entry. And you're like, why didn't I take profit? Well, that's not really a scenario I get in very much because I don't do that. But a lot of people do, you know, because they don't like to take profits because they think, oh, I might take profit and it continues up. Whereas I would say is, you might not take profit and it comes back down. What are you going to be more annoyed about? I would be more annoyed about not taking profit and it coming back down. And that for me, I'm like a little bit thinking, you know, we still have that bigger daily support below us, so we're not going to be like crazy bullish. But we have a technical trade. You know, we have a technical trade. And that's what we want. We don't want excitement. We don't want euphoria. We don't want dopamine rushes. We just want to see a trade, take the trade. You know, it wins or it loses. It wins or it loses. If it wins, hey, it wins. If it loses, hey, it loses. We don't feel upset when we lose a trade. We don't feel euphoric when we win a trade. It's just we wait for a setup. We take the setup. We win or lose, we move on to the next trade. And again, we're only taking high probability trades. So we're not jumping into trades at random places. We're not just trading because of news. We are trading the charts. We are trading our technical analysis, you know. You do that long enough and you start to see consistency. You do that long enough and you start to see results. So we'll have to see if we reject this now totally or come back down. But you see, this is pretty accurate. You know, we're talking, you know, you couldn't really get much more accurate than this. Come back into the level. We're talking about give or take a few dollars. And it's the currently come back into the highs. You know, the way that I would do this now is either reclaim or come back down for a retest. So we would either look at this and we would either want to see 2 scenarios here. Reclaim the WPOC as support, or alternatively we hold this and we come back down again for a retest of the lows. Okay, So we'll wait and see what happens next. No, it's going to do one of them. It's going to do one of it. Let's wait and see. And this is what I say by reactive trading. So I'm not trying to predict now whether we're going to go above the WPOC next or whether we're coming down for the retest. But what I can do is react. I can take profit one now and I can react if we reclaim, or I can react if we come back down. You see how this is a really, really, really good style of trading? It's not like the predictions. It's not like we know what's going to happen. What we say is, okay, the market can do anything from here. The market can do anything. And I'm prepared and ready for a retest, and I'm prepared and ready for a reclaim. And that's the scenario that we want to be in, no? You know, it doesn't matter what happens next, because we have no control over what happens next. The only thing that we can control are our trades. Wow, 11 million short opened on that retest. Yeah, 11 million shorts just come in there, by the way. New shorts, by the way. So see this is 11 million new shorts opening. But to be fair, you know, I understand. You come back into this support resistance, WPOC. I understand the short here. So you have to acknowledge. Some people are going to say this is a really good short of the retest. You always have to remember why people look for longs, why people look for shorts. Obviously, it's a zero-sum game. There's only going to be one winner. But you know, you have to acknowledge. It's like when I trade, I'm always thinking, what's the bearish trade here and what's the bullish trade here? So when I'm trading, I'm always trying to contemplate essentially what my opponent is thinking. So if I can try and predict what my opponent is thinking, e.g. maybe you watching this video, if you can start to, you know, almost foresee why other people are taking that trade, well, then you can factor that into your own trades, no? So if you can factor into your own analysis and your own trading, people are going to short this retest. Okay, that is fairly obvious. Just looking at the support resistance is enough. Support resistance. But when you have the POC on there, you know, people are naturally going to try it. And it's not just like that's not a guess. We can see and hear that's 11 million shorts come in. So it's not a guess. You can see the real volume, you know. And when you can start to understand why people are doing it, well, then you can factor that into your own trades, you know. I mean, you could scalp with them. You could, what I've done is, you know, take profits ahead of it. So it's like, well, I took it slightly lower, but hey. But when you can start to understand what is the opposite side of the trade, then there's no longer like a confusion. There's no longer like, why is it doing this? Why is it pulling back here? Because you know, I'm not confused why we hit this exact level and we pull back. I know why we hit this level when we pull back. And when you know why levels are pulling back, why we're getting bounces at the low, you can see how you're no longer confused about anything. You can say, we know why we bounced here. We know why we got a pullback here. And we know what we're looking for next, which is going to be a reclaim order or a come down to lower. Yeah. And we know what we want to trade and we know what other people are trading. And then it's such a like a relaxing, non-emotional, it's just trading, you know, it's just trading. It's not meant to be like a crazy thing. It's just meant to be a, you know, I don't know, therapeutic. But this is the thing, yeah, and this is what I really want to emphasize is how many people we were consolidating there for 2 hours. So over the last 2 hours, what do you think happened? Everyone was buying into this Coinbase hype. And as soon as you actually had the first trade, the majority of the people were getting stopped out. So a lot of people are getting their stop losses going, people are getting stopped out when they should be longing because they longed too early, not having the patience to wait for the entry. And that is why you could have got the direction right, but if you enter too early, then you get stopped out of the trades before you should have even entered, So yeah, that really is my thought on that. If you had a bit of patience, then you could also, at least seen the opportunities that were there, Oh, I see some people asking about that. You have to remember the WPOC changes throughout the day. This is not a static level that's always at the same level. This is a level that will dynamically change. Obviously, if you look at that level in 2 hours time, that level will change. Yeah, because it's looking at volume, and volume is always changing. So what the level is now might be different in 2 hours time. It would have been different this morning. The level is always changing because it updates with what's happening right now. Man, I can't believe I've done that again. You're muted. Man, that's so bad that I always do this. 3 beers from Prague. Happy Wednesday, Dan. Happy Wednesday, Peter. Hope you're enjoying it out in Prague. I've been to Prague. I liked it. Nice city, mate. Well, actually, I had some weird stuff happen to me in Prague, but we won't go into that in this video. Weird stuff happens to me, I swear, wherever I go. But yeah, I have some funny stories about Prague, which I'm not going to go into on this video. But yeah, great city, mate. Well, there we go. Wow, man, that XRP bounce. nearly 10% off SR flip. That's so crazy, man. Look at that. That is so crazy. There's 10% bounce, yeah? I'm not sure whether I was muted for that earlier, but I was... I'm not sure whether I don't think I was muted for the XRP talk through now. We were obviously talking about how we rejected off the top CC. And we had nearly a 20% pullback. And we bounced off of the SR onto the lower CC for a 10% bounce. I mean, XRP, man. XRP is like the craziest thing to trade. It's so crazy. As in really good. Like, it's really cool to trade XRP. You're a cool guy if you trade XRP right now. Because what you have to remember, you have to put aside your prejudice. Oh man, I can't speak. Prejudice. I'm going to have to... Prejudice. You have to put aside your prejudice. Prejudice. How do you pronounce that word?
Prejudice.
You have to put aside your prejudice. You have to put aside your prejudices. Anyway, you have to put aside your feelings towards these coins. Just got to trade them. Because, you know, I'm not a fan of XRP. I don't really like the project, but you know, the thing is, it's trading well, and the thing is, you want to make money, no? So it's like forget what you're trading and just trade it. This is insane. People were telling me XRP doesn't respect technical analysis. Yeah, they were like, oh, XRP doesn't respect technical analysis. It's like, wow, I think you're wrong actually, because we've literally rejected off the top of the CC. We come back down into SR flip territory, back into the low CC. 20% move to the downside, 10% bounce. That's like, you can't get much better technical analysis. Well, I don't know. It's really funny, man. What a move there on XRP. That's really, really great. Still getting the bounce on Bitcoin. So the people that shorted the retest, you lose. There's always winners and there's always losers. And one thing I've learned in my time of being a trader is you don't counter trade chart champions. If you take the opposite side of our trades, it's not very often that you're on the winning team. You're better off listening to what we're doing, and more times than not, you are walking away with the paper. Because, of course, we are only demo trading. Never put real money on the line. Never, ever want to do that, because we do not give financial advice. Yeah, a lot of people... I'll see if my broker's trading Coinbase. I tried to trade Coinbase nearly 3 hours ago. I was trying to trade Coinbase and my broker was just not allowing it. I'm going to see if it's allowed now. The last time that we tried, Coinbase was not available to trade yet. On my broker anyway. There were reports of some people have it now, some people don't. But more people than not do not have it yet. Which sucks. It's so like, you know, you would expect this back in like, you know, 2010. But we're in like 2021 and we can't even get a good exchange listing. It's like some people have it, some people don't. It's like it's so 2010, man. We're in 2021 and we still can't even get a good, you know, we can't even get a good listing where everybody's just in unison. Everybody's doing one thing, some people are doing another. It's like, ugh, so frustrating. Like I did want to trade the open, but I couldn't, which was annoying. No, it's still not available for trading. I mean, what is this? It's not even live. It's not even live for trading on my broker yet. So it's like, it should have been live 3 hours ago, and it's still not even available to trade. So it's just like, yeah, it's very annoying. Yeah, I think what I might do is wrap it up here, to be honest with you. I think I might wrap it up. Obviously, we have got a contenders live stream tonight. So if you're interested in more live streams, the thing is, I got another live stream tonight, so I don't want to go on for ages on this one. We got a video tonight over at chartchampions.com. So if you want to join us on that live stream, you absolutely can. That's for the contenders and the champions tonight. If you want to see more. If not, then that's fine. And I guess I'll do another public live stream. I don't know. Oh, there was a few for... I wanted... What I'll do on the next live stream, because I was gonna do it here, but I need to wrap it up because I got to eat and stuff before I do my live stream tonight. But I want to talk you through the fractal. So do not let me forget this. In the next live stream that I do, which will probably be for the public on Friday. Yes, it will be on Friday. I want to talk you through the fractal. So keep on spamming me on Friday. Fractal, 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 fractal. Do not let me forget that one. And I also want to talk you through the Fibonacci time pivot. Our next Fibonacci time pivot coming in on the 16th. So, wow, that's going to be a very exciting day. So let's let it chop around here for a few days. And then get the real move on Fib time. How perfect would that be? Good old Fibonacci time. So that's what I want to talk you through on the next stream. Don't think there was anything else. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to give a like to the video, very much appreciate a like. I already gave my thoughts on ETH. I'm pretty bullish on ETH. ETH right now is coming up into the ones where it's basically on the series 618 speed fan. I think ETH is looking good to come up to the monthly overall. And that's about another 6%. But you do want to see, I personally would want to see the rejection of the 618 speed fan to offer you a very good trade. But ultimately looking to trade it up to the monthly, which is about another 7%, 6-7%. So I think ETH looks good. And yeah, that's it then. So I want to say thank you ever so much. Hope that you are well. Where is the stream for tonight? Let me try and find it. Contenders. Here we go. This is what we got tonight. Why I short Bitcoin. I think this is a really interesting one because you're going to learn a bit about like how I trade day in, day out, like why I take the trades and why I'm always looking for Bitcoin shorts. Yeah, that's what I'm going through tonight. I think it's like a stream that's just like one of those that it's like the one that we done last week. And then this week is another like piece of the, just like a missing piece of the puzzle to understand what we're doing and like how we trade on a daily basis. So that's what we're going through tonight. And obviously we have got also the TPO series starting this month as well. But tonight is the why short Bitcoin. I think this is like one that I think was needed before we started the TPO series, and that was just simply because, man, the amount of questions I get about why I always short Bitcoin. Crazy. But yeah, there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I'll catch you tonight in the Contenders live stream if you're interested in more. If not, I'll probably catch you on Friday for the public stream. So thank you ever so much. I just want to emphasize, obviously, that scalp that I took during the stream that has hit a take profit one. I'm not really bothered where it goes from here. I'm going to go and have my lunch. No, not lunch, dinner. Tea. However you want to refer to it as. And I will catch you. Oh yeah, I suppose I'll end with this. Remember the key daily level. Remember the key daily level of resistance. That's the most important level, I think, for the short term. I hope you've enjoyed. Catch you a bit later and have a good day. Bye.